When Daniel Carroway inherited his uncle's Victorian townhouse in Norwood, he didn't expect much. The house was narrow and ash-colored, with soot-stained brickwork and rusted iron railings, the sort of place that looked and changed from the 1920s, except now its neighbors had satellite dishes. Still, it was free, and Daniel was broke, so he moved in with a duffel bag, a mattress, and no illusions. The air inside was stale, like the stillness of a sealed book. Dust lay undisturbed on shelves, spiderwebs gripped the ceiling corners like brittle stitches. He noticed the note in the mailbox that first day: top floor tenant Mr. L. Ainsworth pays cash monthly, long-standing arrangement, best not to disturb him. The handwriting was clean and slanted, likely his uncle's solicitor. Daniel didn't question it, not then. The first night, he heard footsteps overhead, slow and deliberate, back and forth, creak, step, creak, step. He told himself it was comforting that someone else was living in the building. The pacing started each night at exactly 2:17 a.m. and ended at 3:02, like clockwork. Daniel began noticing other patterns. A brown envelope would be pushed under his door on the first of every month. Inside, cash, neatly stacked 20s. No note, no noise, no knock. He never saw Mr. Ainsworth, never heard a voice, but the cash kept coming, and the footsteps never failed. When he brought it up at the corner shop, the cashier, an elderly woman with eyes like marbles, gave him a look. "You must be in Greg Carroway's old place, top floor. That flat caught fire, poor man in there didn't make it, but someone still lives there, pays rent." Her look deepened. "Not since the fire, that was 3 years ago." Daniel pressed the solicitor. "No, there is no current tenant," the man confirmed. "Your uncle terminated all leases before he passed. The top floor flat is meant to be locked." Daniel checked the door to the upper stairwell, padlocked, firm. That night, he stood in the dark hallway and waited. At 2:17 a.m., he heard it again, the pacing. But now, it didn't just move back and forth, it came closer, then stopped, right above him. He stared up at the ceiling. Something was different. The sound was wrong. It wasn't the footfall of a man, it was heavier, wet, like something dragging weight. The next morning, another envelope, larger, fatter. The money inside felt damp. It smelled faintly of scorched wood. Daniel bought bolt cutters. Late afternoon, under gray skies, he cut the lock and opened the door. The stairs beyond were warped with black soot. The walls bore old smoke stains, yet the air was strangely clean. He reached the third floor and pushed open the flat's door. It wasn't empty. Furniture was arranged neatly: a bed, a side table, a single upright chair facing the window. No dust, no decay. And on the wall, a mirror covered in tightly bound twine and pages torn from hymnals. He turned to leave, but the door was closed. He hadn't closed it. A whisper came from nowhere: "You see too much." He fled, stumbled down the stairs, didn't stop until he reached the street. Daniel tried to ignore it. He sealed the stairwell door with nails and wood, but the footsteps returned, now earlier, louder. The pacing became pounding, then scratching, then something like sobbing.